Hey guys, this is ModestMoose with you once again, and hopefully I'm speaking on behalf of all of TWG with every point that I make in this video. I don't know, I can make whatever video I want, but I probably shouldn't be making this video just because I'm not really a great example of the kind of things that I'm going to be talking about, because I've been doing videos on my personal channel for a couple months now, and my personal channel has almost 40 subs, not even 40 subs, so my credibility in this topic is probably a little bit washed, but I'm going to try to wrap everything up into a 15 to 20 minute video here. I wanted to cover some things that you probably already know, and some good tutorial makers and YouTube commentators have shared with the community in the past, but I don't know, maybe this is the first kind of video you've seen on this topic, maybe not. And I also want to talk about some things that they generally don't say a whole lot, but I'll save that toward the end. TWG, it's called Together We Grind, so obviously, you know, it represents, in a sense, the grind that everyone has to go through on their small channels, and how slow and frustrating it can be to try to get exposure and get your name out there. And I wanted to kind of try to share with you some things that I know have helped other people in the past, and will hopefully help me. I know I've seen small, not too significant, but noticeable increases in view rate and comments and just general exposure on specific videos based on certain tactics that I've used. And there are certain things you also shouldn't do, and I'll cover those as well. Well, let's get started. I mean, first and foremost, good content is pretty much the fundamental basic thing that anyone's going to tell you to do. Any good YouTuber, any big YouTuber, if you ask them, how do I make good video? Well, how do I make a good channel? You know, how do I grow at a steady rate and get myself out there on YouTube? And a lot of people will tell you, make good content. Well, that in its own is kind of vague. And to tell you the truth, good content isn't necessarily going to boost you to the top. It's going to help. I mean, I've seen a lot of people who make really good content and they don't get crap for views, and because no one can find their good content, you know. There's so many people on YouTube, and plenty of people, no matter what you make, even if I personally wouldn't consider it good content, even if, I mean, there's people out there who film videos of their cats and get loads and loads of hits. But that's beside the point. The idea here is exposure. Good content isn't going to get you exposure unless the right person sees it. So, but yeah, you know, make good content. Please do, because good content is what's going to keep your subscribers around. But it may not necessarily increase your subscriber gain. You want to get exposure. And to get exposure, well, I guess I'll talk about that in a minute too. A lot of people will also tell you, you know, the importance of backgrounds and a good layout for your channel page and everything. It's not quite as important as you might think, really. In the end, it's all about your videos and the way you go about pushing those videos and fronting them to an audience. But a good background, you know, it's easy on the eyes. It's going to encourage people to stick around longer and appreciate your channel page, and it makes you look more professional when people actually do come to your channel and decide to take interest in it. As you can see, I've even got some screw-ups on my own. I don't know how to get rid of this black bar down here, and I haven't put anything on the sides because people's monitors are different sizes, and depending on what I put over here, some people may only get like a half of it, or it could be warped and stretched out, so I just leave that blank. And I mean, I did all this. I mean, this is pretty easy to figure out. It's more or less screwing around with Photoshop and trying to actually make a good template. That's the hard part. Getting it, you know, screwing around with it on YouTube isn't too hard. But let's see, what should I talk about first? I think video responses probably, because video responses are one of the things that anyone can do. It's easy to do. The hardest part is actually just finding what you want to make a response to. So, I mean, there's a lot of variables to it. Let's say I'm going to use my latest vlog as an example, and I don't do this with every one of my videos. Like, the only videos that I really want to draw people to, like my latest vlog was about stress relief. So what I did was I typed in stress relief, and let's see. Now all this comes up, and I think, is this the one? No, this isn't it. But what you want to do, instead of you'll notice up here you got sort by, which, I mean, this is your search parameters right here. It's not very elaborate. It's not very in-depth. You only got a few options. And you should be able to do this before you search, because, I mean, this is one of the things about YouTube that makes getting exposure difficult in the first place. Because if you go to your home page, right, you've got your search bar, and there's nothing here to change your search parameters. But after you do a search, now you can adjust your search parameters. And really, when most people type this in, the list of videos comes up. They're not looking up here in the top right, this subtle little option over here. They're looking at the list of videos. But what you want to do for uploading, well, what I do too, when I'm searching for someone to make a video response to, I'll go to either rating or view count. Usually I go to view count first. And this will give you the most views, and it should still be relevant to a degree of what you typed in. So I'm gonna have to censor this out. That is so suggestive. But you find a video with just lots of views, and this is the one that I made my response to. You want it to be relevant, obviously. Don't be a dick and go upload your vlog talking about stress relief on a machinima video that, you know, has no kind of relevancy whatsoever. And this clearly isn't the same as my video. I'm vlogging about, I'm not even talking about how to relieve stress, really. I'm just talking, it's a vlog. I'm just talking, but I'm going around the topic of stress relief. And it's not like I'm trying to trick people. I mean, there are some strategic elements in it. My title is stress relief, and there's nothing in the title that suggests that I'm not making a tutorial or whatever, but it catches people's interest. But I made it very clear in the description with the first line, like, this is not a tutorial. I'm not making any kind of breakdown. I mean, you don't want to manipulate people, but at the same time, you kind of have to a degree. You know, just to catch their attention. I want to catch people's attention, but I want to make it blatantly clear what I'm talking about before they decide to watch the entire video. But when making a video response, a lot of people have their, you know, response acceptance set to approval, and sometimes they will approve it, and sometimes they won't. And if you really want them to approve your response, go to that person's channel and send them a PM, a private message. I probably shouldn't show anyone else's channels in this video, so I won't. But just take my word for it. The responses on this are auto-approved, and you can tell when they're auto-approved if you go to those. Well, I guess there's no real way to tell if it's auto-approved or not. But you can check out the latest responses, and I mean, if there's a list of like 40 responses, which there are quite a few on this video, then you can assume that it's auto-respond, and you can make a response at will. But you just want to be careful at what kind of audience you're attracting. And I chose this video because, I mean, people who are listening to this kind of music, you know, really soothing, relaxing, stress relief kind of music that's meant for therapy, then the audience that's going to come to my vlog are generally probably going to be in a good mood or very stressed out. I don't know, one of the two. But, you know, this should be friendly and kind, and I don't want to attract a bunch of trolls, so you got to really think about the audience that you're attracting and the kind of audience that is watching the video that you're making a response to. Now, what was I saying? Yeah, you want to leave a PM to people who don't have their responses set to auto-approve, and, you know, just explain to them why you're leaving the response and why you want them to accept it and why you think it's a valid response to their video. And because a lot of people get video responses to popular videos as spam. And, I mean, don't waste your time sending PMs to people who haven't, you know, go to their channel and check and see the last time that they had any kind of YouTube activity and stuff, because you don't want to be wasting your time sending messages to people who haven't been on in 4 months. Because, I mean, chances are your video response isn't going to get accepted. Even if it does get accepted, you have no idea when these people are going to be active again. So, yeah, I guess that about covers the video responses. What should I talk about next, really? Organization, I suppose. I mean, most of the stuff that I would talk about for creating a good channel and making good content and stuff really isn't going to help your exposure at all. This is the one thing that I can do that's within YouTube's parameters that actually, you know, boosts my chance of getting exposure. And I've left video responses and have gotten significant more views on those videos. Not that those people really... Actually, I did gain a few subscribers from doing so. and there's a chance that those people never would have found my video had they not noticed the response. So it helps. And also, I know a good friend of mine, Mike Check. I am Mike Check 28 on YouTube. Talked a lot about having a gimmick and knowing what you want to do with your channel. Like my channel is mostly about gaming, and see, I haven't grown very fast simply because I've spread myself out a lot. Most of my subscribers like Minecraft. I started with Minecraft. A lot of the people watch my Minecraft material. Minecraft is a really big game in the gaming community right now. So if you're making Let's Plays, Minecraft is a good gold mine, more or less, to go after. But there's a lot of people doing it. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of big players out there that you've got to compete with. And not even compete with, really. You're just getting attention when everybody's watching the Oxcast or CNNers and big Minecraft players. You know, you got to ask yourself the question, why are these people going to come watch my videos? What makes me any better than them? You know, and not even better, but just what would attract the same kind of audience to my videos. And but as you can see, I've been playing Hexen, and I'm going to start doing other video games too, and that are completely outside of Minecraft. So, and if you're going to do different games, you know, maybe try to keep them in sort of in the same genre. Like, I think I'm going to start a Terraria, a dual commentary of a dual commentary of Terraria pretty soon. And Terraria was definitely inspired by Minecraft. It's not a ripoff, but it was definitely inspired. And it's kind of the same way. Like, Minecraft is a open-ended sandbox game, and Terraria is an open-ended sandbox game with a lot of the same kind of elements, but it's its own game. But, I mean, Minecraft enthusiasts generally usually like Terraria. So your subscribers will enjoy watching that as well. Yeah, Mike was talking about having a well, I pretty much just explained it. Like, you want to kind of identify your strengths and your weaknesses, and run with your strengths. And personally, I'm going to say appreciate your weaknesses as well, and try to improve on them. Hell, show them to your audience even. Let your audience know that you're a real person. Try to do things, and if you're making commentary on something, you know, speak in a way that will maybe your audience could identify with your weaknesses as well and appreciate them. You can turn your weaknesses into strengths if you do it correctly. And now, usually I don't set my featured video on my channel to autoplay, because it kind of annoys me when other people do that, because I don't like, if I want to check out someone's channel, you know, I can hit play on the featured video if I really want to watch it. But there is kind of a strategic element to putting it on autoplay. I just set my featured video to autoplay recently, just because really, when it plays, I think it gives you an extra view. And view count matters. All the statistical, numerical values on your videos, how many people liked it, how many people viewed it, how many people favorited it, etc., etc. And it's based on region. I mean, it'll boost your video up on pages, like the most relevant list. Because this is another thing that I hate about YouTube. Let's just pick one of my videos. Well, you know, I've used this one in the past as an example, and I'll go ahead and do it again. Quitting smoking, modest vloggy. Now, if I type in quitting smoking, modest vloggy, then my video is going to show up. But if I type in quitting smoking, my video is not going to be up here on the front page of the most relevant. Now, granted, most of these are about quitting smoking, but it's not the exact title that I put in. You got quit smoking advice, how to quit smoking, smokeless cigarettes free trial, try electronic cigarette, how to quit smoking, how I quit smoking, stop smoking, and you'll notice that they bold words that are supposed to be relevant to the title that you searched. Well, I didn't put in stop, I put in quitting, but they list stop as a synonym, of course, so stop will be up there. But YouTube is going to cater to the people who make them the most money. So, I mean, and these videos have, you know, this one has damn near 1 million views, this one's got like 300,000, and mine's back here, I think, on the third page somewhere, and mine's only got somewhere around 100 views, not even, it's got like 70 views. Nah, mine's even further down now, isn't it? Either that or it's further up. Either way, your video, I mean, if other people have made videos about it that are relevant, you know, that are kind of similar to it, they don't even have to be about the same thing, really. If they make, I don't know, you're never going to show, if you're a small channel and you make a small video and it's about a topic that other people have made videos about, you're not going to be on the top of the most relevant list, even if you type in the exact title. But now, if I type in Modest Vlogity, of course, my thing's going to show up. But that's, I mean, no one titles their videos Modest Vlogity except for me. And no one's really going to search Modest Vlogity either, unless they already watch my vlogs and they're searching for more of them. But, well, I'm just bitching about YouTube at this point. I really do hate the YouTube system and how it works in general. Because, I mean, it was a lot easier to get popular on YouTube months ago, because there was way less competition. There's so many more partners now. And people who were partners back 6 years ago are just massive, monumental figures now. And, competing with them is rough indeed. I'm sure there's more that I could cover on how to really gain exposure and get attention that are more along the typical guidelines. But I'd rather talk to you about strategic communication. Now, when I say strategic communication, what I really mean, really pick and choose video, like who to talk to and what. You know what? Just here's the basic gist of it. Go out and leave a comment on. YouTube is a social community. It's a networking site. I'm sorry, I'm beating around the bush and going all over the place. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how to articulate my thoughts right now. You want people to watch your videos. Well, other people want you to watch their videos too. So, every now and then, take the time to go out and find some videos, watch videos, appreciate the work that other people do, which is really what about TWG is what it is what TWG is about. Jeez, I'm stumbling so much. It's all about spreading appreciation and awareness and strengthening the YouTube social community in general. So go out there, watch some videos, leave some comments, and the thing is, you should enjoy communicating with people if you're here. Because it's a networking site, and if you can't enjoy networking, then you're going to have a pretty difficult time on YouTube. You should enjoy watching other people's videos. You should enjoy leaving comments and thinking up witty responses to people's videos and making people laugh with your words and etc., etc. But as you're enjoying doing that, it's going to catch other people's attention too. On my old channel that I didn't make videos on, I had so many channel views, and a lot of people would come to my channel and leave responses to comments that I left on other videos on my channel. And it was a really healthy way to branch out and communicate with other people. So, leaving comments on other people's videos is, in a sense, going to get you more attention too. Now, I usually don't comment on videos that get, 30 comments per second, because, no one's going to see your comment anyway. But if you pick a moderately popular video that gets 5 comments every hour or so, then, people actually will probably read your comments. And if you make a comment that strikes someone's interest in you, and you're like, wow, that was really funny, or I really agree with that guy, I can identify with what he said, if they got some time on their hands, they may come and check out your channel. And if they're interested in your content, like based on your featured video or what's over in the sidebar or whatnot, then they may watch. And if they like your content, they may subscribe. Now, I'm actually going to have to say the vlogs are a good way to go, because I think when people see your face, like especially for gaming commentators and stuff, I don't know why exactly, but, well, I guess I kind of do in a sense. Like, people want to see your face if you're a gamer making videos on YouTube, because, that way, I don't know, it just kind of helps people to identify with who they're listening to. And, but I think that's about all for now. I may expand on the subject later in the future, but I think we pretty much got the gist of it. And if you've got any in-depth questions, you can feel free to contact me either via the TWG channel or my personal page. I'll probably upload this video to my personal page as well. Until next time, take care. Love you guys.